Hey guys, what's going on? We're gonna do a Bitcoin analysis today to see if we are at the top or do we still have a lot more room to go for Bitcoin. So as we know, we're reaching almost all-time highs for Bitcoin. The last top was around 69,000 USD. And so far we are at $61,000, and that's currently on February 29th. So today, this is technically an emergency meeting, especially for my Discord, because I saw something that was brought up which caught my attention, and it was this meme posted on Twitter. So this guy's mom messaged him saying, "I have been buying cryptocurrency and everything online is saying it's going up, but my portfolio is not going up." And he asked, "What do you mean? My balance is staying the same." And he says, "Which cryptocurrency did you buy?" And she said, "The United States one, USDC." Now, this is a major noob alert and a huge mistake most new investors, I would say, make. So if you're already familiar with cryptocurrencies, then this is a huge mistake, and this is something to be laughed at, because USDC is a stable coin it's pegged to the US dollar, so it'll always stay between 90 cents to $1.05, and it's called a stable coin because it's supposed to stay at $1, and it's used to store currency. So if you were to sell your Bitcoin, you'd store it in USDC or USDT. But either way, she thought, she's a new investor, and she probably thought, hey, USDC, this looks familiar, I'll just buy this coin and it'll go up. Now, why is this a red flag? It just shows that someone that's completely new, and I figured this guy's mom doesn't know much about cryptocurrency, obviously, and she's probably, maybe a boomer or older, 40 years old, 50 years old, and she FOMO'd into cryptocurrency. And sometimes these are the signs of tops. I wouldn't say it's a top right away, but now we are starting to see a lot of FOMO activity happening, and by FOMO I mean fear of missing out activity. People are rushing in, they're fear. They feel like they're missing the boat here and they need to get in. Now, we saw that over the last couple weeks. All right, like the minute Bitcoin broke 50, all of a sudden it spiked up almost 5K in one day, all the way to 61. And they said this was due to the influx in ETFs, especially the Bitcoin ETFs. And I guess when Bitcoin pumped, people just started buying a lot of ETFs. Anyways, let's get to the main point. What are some of the signs at the top? And I gave it in my Discord. So if you go on bdinvestingg.org, you can join my Discord. I give signals, option signals, crypto, long-term stock picks. So make sure you guys check it out. But I did give signals of where I see the top usually happening for crypto. So I did buy Bitcoin back around 2020 when it was around 10 to 15,000 USD, and I managed to sell around 60,000. So made almost 50 to 60,000 profit in Bitcoin over here. And one of the major red flags I saw, like I feel like I got lucky because I kind of timed the top, and I didn't mind selling at 69. Like 60,000 was good enough for me. So the last time I sold BTC near the top was when I saw Kim Kardashian promoting some coin. So she was promoting some crypto coin. I don't know what it is, but I know she's facing a lawsuit for that. The second sign was when I saw Meek Mill and other rappers talking about crypto daily on their Twitter. So these are some red flags you need to see. You need to follow some rappers and see if they are talking about cryptocurrency. And the next one was the final one, which was, that it was like the straw that broke the camel's back, was my uncle. Mind you, 50 years old, has zero clue about cryptocurrency, has zero clue about investing, just a regular guy. He came up to me, he asked me about Bitcoin. Hey, should I see everyone making money in Bitcoin? Should I buy Bitcoin? And automatically I'm like, wow, this guy wants to buy Bitcoin at the top and he has absolutely no clue. Boom, sell signal. So now those are some of the sell signals I want to see this year. But another one is when I see now to this current time is when I see OnlyFans models, right? Like the OnlyFans models pump crypto coins, and someone like Aiden Ross, the I Show Speed, and that Kai guy, the guy that got dunked on at the NBA Finals, talk about NFTs or cryptos, then we will sell. Because if these Twitch streamers are talking about cryptos and start pumping coins and NFTs, huge red flag. Now, I'm not really going to do a technical analysis on this because there's no need. All right. Technical analysis does not really matter, especially when we're reaching new all-time highs, because most of the times when we reach new all-time highs or close to new all-time highs, most of the market is being pumped based on fear and greed and human psychology. That's all it is. And we need to measure human psychology, fear and greed with sentiment. And one way we can do this is using sentiment indicators. And one example which I'm using is I'm basically on Google Trends and I'm searching up, how many times do people search up Bitcoin, crypto, BTC, cryptocurrency, Dogecoin. That's going to be our meme coin indicator. And that's going to search worldwide to see if the web search for these topics from the date of 2017 all the way to 2024, because one of the major run-ups in Bitcoin was in 2017. If you look at the chart here, this was one of the first major run-ups. Bitcoin pumped almost 531% all the way to in 2017. Now, why are we using this sentiment? Because if you look the last couple weeks, like, this is not a regular pump. This is based on, greed. This was like we said, the influx in ETFs was all greed, and that's why we're gonna look at the sentiment and we're gonna see if we see any patterns or correlations of signs of tops. Now, what are tops? These are what you call tops. So anytime Bitcoin topped out, it would crash immediately. Now, it's hard to time the tops, it's hard to time the bottoms, but we can look at historical data and we can see if we can find any patterns. So one thing we're going to be using is Google Trends. And I did see some patterns. So let's just take a look. And you guys tell me, maybe I'm seeing it wrong, but let's go together with this. So the first top we saw was here in December 2017. So in December 2017, that's when Google on the web search, Bitcoin was searched up the most and automatically tanked. So December 17, remember that date? Let's see in 2017 where we saw the last top. Right here, December 15, all of a sudden, crypto boom goes down. So that was the first top, matching with the web search. The second one, September 2019. Let's see where September 2019 is. Around June, July, August, September 2019 is around here. Then Bitcoin fell almost 50% from September 2019 all the way to March 13. Somewhat of that was kind of a top right here. And we can also see that BTC and Bitcoin were the top searched before it peaked and then dropped. Now, the next time was around February 21 and May 21. So, I don't know. Look at the chart. It looks pretty similar. You know what I mean? So, let's look where February... Was it February? February 21. Let's see where February 21 is. So, we're seeing February 2021 was around here. And then, boom, Bitcoin fell 24%. But the top was around March. Do we see anything from March? The searches actually stopped in March. Oh, you know what? This was during COVID time. However, COVID time, we did see a pump in Bitcoin around March, I believe. Either way, these tops look pretty similar and identical. And did we see anything after that? Maybe we'll look at March, around April, where we kind of saw a relief. April 1st, January, February, March. Wait, sorry. Which date was it? April 2022. Right here. But this is when the web searches for crypto started going down. So, no, not clear indicator. Obviously, this wasn't a top. Now, this brings us to this point around here. And the current date for Bitcoin here is March 1st. Or February 29, and we're seeing around February, we might still have some time left to go over here, because if we look, the average top was around September 2019 and May 2021. So we still have this much room left to go, and maybe gun to my head, if I were to calculate, maybe that's another $20,000 left in Bitcoin. So 6, 7, 8, maybe $80,000 will be the next top. I mean, mind you, my long term goal for Bitcoin will definitely touch 100k USD and then maybe 150k, and that's somewhere where I want to sell, maybe between 100 150k. However, 69 around this part right here, it doesn't show it, but 69k was kind of the top of Bitcoin, and that will be the most challenging point, and we want to see that break. But mind you, this is only the web search, right? So this is only people, I'd say a little bit more smarter people that are reading blogs will go on a web search. Now, where are your degenerates going? Well, this video is on YouTube and you're searching up on YouTube. So this is only web search worldwide. Now let's look at the YouTube search, and there's some huge red flags here. So if we look, same thing, December 2017. All right, we saw the top, same thing. May 2021. Where's May 2021? January, February, March, April, May 2021. So this one is a little bit more accurate than the web search because it shows us the same double tops, and this has to do with which one's being searched, just cryptocurrency, so not even Bitcoin. So on YouTube, Bitcoin searches were going down, but cryptocurrency searches were going up. However, this is pretty similar. Now, the red flag here I see is, look at the average tops was around this part over here, where 75% of the searches were around here. And if you look, we're not too far, and this is current at near almost the same top. So if you were to we don't know which one's correct, but if you were to go based on just the web searches, right? If you were to go based on web searches, we are seeing that we still have some time to go. But if you go based on YouTube searches and all the people that are, I would say, more degenerate gamblers, they're searching up on YouTube the price of cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, and we're seeing that, the top might be pretty close, somewhere around here. But if we actually just look at the blue line, which is Bitcoin itself, same thing on the web search, right? It shows us we have time. We have time until we meet the top. So let's look at the blue, and the next top was around here. So I don't know, maybe you got this much space. Either way, I'm starting to think we might be close to the top, because this ideally lines up with the first interest rate cut, which is predicted to be around March, April, May, or June, July. So worst case, we cut June, July, but inflation reports, inflation is coming down to 3%, almost close to the Fed's 2%, and a lot of people are losing jobs. So the rate cuts are very soon, and I'm expecting it to happen around maybe April, May, June. And we're not that far. It's February. We have a couple months, and maybe that's where we see that pullback. Maybe we pump a little bit more, and then, because historically on our first interest rate cut, the markets just tank. So hey, maybe we are there. Now, another sentiment I like to look at, you guys can search up on Quiver Quant and crypto, is you see how much these cryptos have been mentioned. Now, sentiment is very important, because remember, Bitcoin or any equity or asset, like once it reaches a huge amount of influx of sentiment, that's when it becomes really dangerous, and that's when most people get dumped on and end up holding bags. So we're seeing the last 24 hours, Bitcoin has been mentioned a lot. The next one is Ethereum. And if we look at just the sentiment, can we go further? Let me refresh this actually. Like, with the amount of people going crazy lately, and have been asking me, like, I haven't seen any like real red flags other than this and that tweet. So we need to actually pay attention, and I might have to start watching these streamers and people on Twitter to see where sentiment really lies. So if we look at just the sentiment on Bitcoin, it's not bad, but we did see a huge spike on February 7th. So let's see what happened on February 7th with Bitcoin. Not much. Oh, February 7th is when we kind of saw initial pump happened, 17%. So that's why the sentiment was very high. But the fact that we are at 61,000 USD and sentiment has gone down, pretty bullish in my opinion to see. Now, Dogecoin might be in trouble here just because the sentiment has increased a lot. So we might see a pullback on Dogecoin. Solana just currently pumped up, so I don't know. Hard to see. Some people were saying altcoin season was back. But anyways, guys, that's just something I wanted you guys to see. And I don't know. You guys tell me. Am I seeing things or is this a bad analysis? Does this not make sense? Should I just stick to technical analysis? You guys let me know what your thoughts are, and we'll see you guys next